My name is George Ohan, Student Veterans of America, chapter president here at the Los Angeles Film School. I'm very excited to bring to you guys a special guest and a special friend, Andre Andrews, everybody. This guy's an alumni member of the Los Angeles Film School. He's a graduate from the LA Film School's film program, and also a very unique thing that he also graduated the animation program. So Andre has extensive knowledge in filmmaking and computer animation. Welcome, Andre Andrews. How are you, sir?
Hello, everybody.
How you feeling today?
I'm feeling pretty good, actually. This is pretty incredible that you all have this Rally Point Radio here at the Los Angeles Film School.
All right. Well, we're gonna go through, get to know you a little bit, Andre. Everybody sees your posts, they see your pictures. You're loud on social media. You're here, there, everywhere. I mean, we see you around. Where do you come from? Let's get to know the real Andre Andrews. Where are you from? How did you end up here? You know, let's get into that.
Kind of from all over, to be honest with you. I originated in Newark, New Jersey. That's where I was born and raised pretty much most of my life. So I was about 13. Then I moved to North Carolina, where I went to high school at. That's kind of pretty much where I found myself. And then after high school, I graduated, and then my military career began. So I think that's where my life began.
Did you have a good childhood, would you say? Did you have a decent upbringing, or was it crazy all over the place? Tell us about that.
Actually, coming from North Carolina, I feel like I got a little bit of a lot of cultures. You know, I wasn't too far down south. I wasn't too far from the north. It got real cold in the winter. Like, my morals come from, a good southern background, kind of with a dash of city of New Jersey.
When it came time to join the military, was it a tough choice between the Army, the Marines, Air Force, Navy, or were you one of those guys that were like, nope, Navy, I'm walking in, and that's what happened? Go through that experience for us.
At first, I was being recruited by the Air Force. Crazy. I didn't do that bomb on my ASVAB, but I really was kind of really interested in going to Air Force, because I like airplanes. So that's kind of my military aspiration.
When it became time to figure out which branch you were going to go to, was the decision hard to make, or did you know like Marines were the coolest or the Army, or how'd you decide on where you were going, and why'd you make that decision?
I was originally going to go in the Air Force, and I really had a dream to be a pilot. That's kind of where my military background was leading me. But then I seen the Navy recruiter one day as he came up to the high school, and he just really told me about the traveling opportunities. And I think that's what got me the most. I like to move around a lot. Me wanting to be able to travel, that's what kind of got me interested in the Navy. And I went to the Navy. I had the time of my life.
What was your job? What was your MOS, or your rate in the Navy? What did you do there?
My job in the Navy was supply department. I was an SK on two ships, USS the Raven and USS the Sullivan. USS the Raven is a minesweeper. It was deployed in Bahrain. That's where I got my overseas experience at, being stationed on the Raven. So after the Raven, I went to USS the Sullivans, and that's kind of where I really got to travel and see the world, because the minesweeper was stuck in Bahrain. So being stuck in Bahrain, it was hot all the time, and we went up to Iraq a couple of times to clear some mines out. So it was a very unique experience being out there in the desert and having a ship desert experience instead of a land desert experience. But I still got to see a lot of the world. Then when I went to the destroyer, being a supply department, I kind of see a lot because the ship was a lot bigger. You got to interact with engineers, you got to interact with the fire controlmen, the sonar personnel, and the people like the quartermasters. So if people in the Navy know what those rates are. So I really think going in the Navy was a phenomenal opportunity.
Sounds like filmmaking. It sounded like a collaborative art a little bit.
It is. Kind of working with a lot of departments really kind of got me used to on this film production side. So that was a big help.
Were you one of these guys that grew up as a little kid knowing you wanted to be in the movies, knowing that you wanted to be a producer, a VFX guy, a CG guy, a director, a writer? Or did you kind of just develop this going further and further as you developed as a man, as a person? You kind of figured out, this is a career that I want to get into. I do want to get into entertainment. At what point did you realize you wanted to be in Hollywood? Because you originated over on the East Coast, you joined the Navy, and you were not over here on the West Coast, and all of a sudden you want to be in Hollywood. What gives?
I got out the Navy in 2005. When I got out the Navy, I started behind-the-scenes production work, physical production work for Alonzo Mourning Charities in Miami, Florida. And that's kind of really where it got my stage production, my stage management kind of coordinating process together in my head. I really got to be hands-on with a lot of the vendors, order a lot of parts. Just my MOS pretty much was in the military. So I got to carry that work experience, that real world experience back home when I got out the service. So me starting in Miami, I was always loving to watch television and I love watching movies, especially big visual effects movies. I really figured out, how do I get closer to the movies? And I really realized that just doing production work down in Miami wasn't cutting it, because the film market's not down in Miami. So where else is the film market? So I pretty much packed my bags, came out to LA with $300, and I really say, let's begin this career.
Hey, people get to Los Angeles and all of a sudden your head's spinning and you're like, dude, what set was I on? Where did I end up? Where am I? What's going on?
It's crazy. It's crazy.
How fast did that happen for you? You show up, you're at the Los Angeles Film School, you're a veteran, you're about to start your education, and then all of a sudden you've graduated with 2 degrees and you're about to go to work. How hard was it to find work? Where did you go to work? Tell us about that.
You know, trying to get work in Hollywood is really knowing about what do you want to do. You really need to be focused. As a wanting to be a producer in this industry, it's tough because you kind of got to see the project in the big picture, not always in a department. It's a lot of people that want to be editors, want to be cinematographers, directors even. It's very difficult to want to do all of that. But working as a producer, you need to know all of that. So that was, I figure, the job for me, doing production work where I previously came from. But it was like, how do I do production out here in the film business? I felt like I needed to know what film is before I can kind of know all the departments. So that's why I came to LA Film School and went to the film program. Graduated film program, and I really need to know more about the visual effects aspect, because that's where the movie industry going. People don't necessarily always realize it, but I'm trying to just wrap my head around it now. So I completed the animation program, and when I got done with both those degrees, I kind of was looking around like, really, what's next? But I was very fortunate to stay well connected with a lot of positive people here at the LA Film School who really helped me with my next phase of my life when I graduated LA Film School. So, people like Amber Shaib in the military department downstairs, and a lot of the people in the production department helping us upstairs get jobs. Elaine Checkers, Kevin Bannerman. It was a really good opportunity to kind of be involved with those type of people, and they helped me get a job. I landed my first job at TV4. That's kind of really what got me started.
Television 4, they're kind of known for new media. They do a lot of different stuff with YouTube, Hulu, Amazon, all kind of online HD content creation, stuff like that. I know you were over there doing a lot of stuff with their SEO, their search engine optimization to get videos views and all these different things. You excelled as far as doing the editing and being a worker over there. After you completed that, you felt like you grew, you learned a lot of things, and once you've grown to a certain point, you have to move on. What prompted your decision to move, and where have you moved on to after Television 4?
My time at Television 4 was an incredible experience. I really feel like getting involved with a startup company could be one of the most scariest things you could possibly do, but also one of the most exciting things you could possibly do. Is being a small company, but with a big idea, you get an opportunity to be involved with a lot of departments just in any kind of project that you're working with. So having a small company, 4 of us from the Los Angeles Film School actually got a job there. So it really was a phenomenal opportunity for all of us. So working with those people just kind of helped me grow. And being at TV4, I learned distribution. I learned a lot, like George says, search engine optimization. It was crazy seeing so much content coming at a mass scale. You don't normally get that opportunity unless you work for a bigger company. And by TV4, the CEO of TV4 coming from Hulu, and that was his background, and they coming from Relativity Media, it's a really good opportunity to see some powerhouses come together and start a phenomenal startup company. So it was a great situation for me coming from TV4 and getting the technology experience, and also set experience too, because they was doing a lot of physical production work at first. So doing a lot of physical production work, they had me doing some green screen work, compositing work over there. I was actually doing a lot of editing. So learning these different capabilities in the film industry gave me opportunity to kind of grow in a vast way. So when the time came for me to really decide what else I wanted to do in my life, I got the opportunity to get a mentor from Amber Shaib. She really set me up with this phenomenal mentor named Aaron Perry that worked for this big 3D company I consider called Stereo D, and that's kind of where I currently work at now.
Okay, Stereo D is really a phenomenal company, and they've worked on some of Hollywood's largest projects. And to be part of that legacy now, be part of that team, I'm excited for you, being my friend and seeing you go over there, working all that. Tell the folks out here that might not know Stereo D, what type of projects do they work on?
Stereo D is a 3D conversion company. Some of their previous projects currently was Pacific Rim, they just got finished doing, and they worked on some amazing other projects too. Avengers, Thor. They also worked on Jurassic Park, and one of my best favorites is Titanic. So coming from that history, it was a really good opportunity to be able to work alongside people like Aaron Perry.
What an awesome lineup to just be surrounded around the guys that created that. You get to pick their minds. I mean, the valuable thing to me is you're in a room and you get to listen to these people having these conversations about how to do that, when to do it, the type of issues that come up and how do they work through them. What is the workflow to get from one end to another. I mean, you're now at such a professional level, so quick in your career. I'm really excited to see this thing go in the direction it's going. We haven't mentioned yet the organization that you are the president of here in Los Angeles, Vets in Tech, Veterans in Technology. This thing is huge. I see a lot of vets excited about it. I see them talking about it on Facebook, tweeting about it, Instagram, everything. Why don't you go ahead and let some of the veterans in the Los Angeles area know about Vets in Tech and invite them out to our next meeting?
Vets in Tech is, what can I say? It's tough to really describe, almost like a dream come true. Having an opportunity to connect veterans in the technology industry. Being a veteran and knowing visual effects, my community is kind of small. So I was really trying to just see how I can gather us together. I was really, seeing some other great organizations out there that was connecting a lot of veterans in a phenomenal way. Veterans Film and Television. Without Veterans Film and Television, my God, I don't know where I would be at, or a lot of other veterans in the film industry out here right now. So it was a really good opportunity to kind of plant some seeds there. And from there, just really helped me build what Vets in Tech is today. Vets in Tech came from San Francisco. Catherine Webster is the founder up there. And I just really reached out to her and said, how can we get the same opportunity down here for veterans in the Los Angeles area? So she gave me the opportunity to really organize Vets in Tech in LA and what it is right now. Vets in Tech is 3 E's: entrepreneurship, education, and employment. And just with those core foundations, we see that veterans can come together and help mentor each other. Veterans can come together and help each other get jobs. And we just help get a couple veterans jobs right now at Stereo D itself. So it's a phenomenal opportunity working at Stereo D. And after our event at Stereo D a few months ago, we got a couple of veterans jobs there. So it's a really good opportunity to be able to be a part of that and see that situation grow and see what we just was an idea. And in George's car one day, it just really turned out to be something great. So here we are getting veterans work in the industry and doing what Vets in Tech want to do. So that's our opportunity to really give back. And to me, be a part of that is an incredible experience. And to be a veteran in this industry, I don't know what other great experience that is.
When's the next Vets in Tech meeting, or when's that going down? When can people come and see you or be a part of this if they are a veteran here in the Los Angeles area?
My next event is February 3rd here at the MoFo facility on Wilshire Boulevard. So you can find Vets in Tech on vetsintech.co, and you can also find us on Facebook at Vets in Tech LA. Join our group. Hopefully you can come out here. And in March, we have a phenomenal event here at the Los Angeles Film School for you all. So we hope to see you at that event too. So stay tuned for the date.
If somebody's listening right now and you're a veteran and you're somewhat interested in technology, I highly encourage Vets in Tech for you to go out there and definitely take a look, network, make some friends. Andre, we're going to be wrapping this up. Give me a couple of sentences, a couple of pointers, words of wisdom. Somebody's new, they show up, they're a veteran, they just EAS, they ETS, they just got out of the military, and now they show up in Los Angeles. First day at the Los Angeles Film School. Couple of just quick pointers that you think will set them straight. Let's have it.
I'm going to start with stay focused. Don't let nobody tell you what you can't do. You can do anything you set your mind to. Don't let nobody tell you no. Keep pushing forward. I feel like if somebody closed one door, you're going to have to go knock down another door. But you got to keep moving. I don't feel like you should stop. You got to be doing a lot. Don't just do one thing. Always stay active. Stay positive and keep going. If you're a veteran, there's a lot of opportunities I have for veterans. So be looking out for the opportunities that everybody give you. There's a lot of them out there. So just stay focused. Please stay focused.
Thank you so much, President Andre Andrews of Vets in Tech. We greatly appreciate your time, alumni at the Los Angeles Film School. And this is George Ohan, Student Veterans of America, Chapter President for the Los Angeles Film School as well. Thank you for joining us here at Rally Point Radio.